Hi everyone, this is EA, myself Imran Alroy. Today I'm going to give you an interesting text to make your accent better like native speakers. This lecture is published by EA Spoken English, which online. Today I have some rules for you to make your English better one, to make it garnished, to beautify it, magically speaking. You will not believe after you finish this video, you'll enjoy a world. Let's have a go. So in this video I'm going to tell you there are some rules to make your pronunciation like a native speakers. So the first rule is how to make the T, how the T makes like a hard N, like a mountain to morning. What you need to do is, when T is before an N, carefully listen, T is before an N, the sound T is stopped, turns into head N, like nin, like the final N should be strong. This sound is more difficult, but if you practice, I promise you will keep it. From the words we need to practice is mountain to morning, mountain, fountain to fountain, and curtain to curtain, curtain, written to written, forgotten to forgotten, important to important, sentence to sentence. Let's repeat this pronunciation practice again and repeat after me. Mountain to morning, fountain, curtain, written, forgotten, important, sentence. Very good, perfect. Let's proceed to the next rule of this lecture. The rule is going to teach you is the T, how to make T silent. In most of when T is after the N, we might say interview to interview. When T comes after N, the T sound is stopped in many words. This rule is not as important as it's informal. It's mostly used when people speak quickly, but it's good to be able to listen for this change. Okay, the words to practice with this is interview to interview, interstate to interstate, international to international, wanted to wanted, don't know to don't know, printer to printer, inter to inner, 20 to 20. Let's repeat this practice and repeat after me. Interview, interstate, international, wanted, don't know, printer, inner, 20. Okay, let's proceed to next. And one thing more, it's also good to remember not to pronounce the strong T at the middle of end of the word. It's important. Do not pronounce T in the middle or end of the word. What you need to do is keep stress over the end sound, like interview, international, wanted. Let's proceed next now. This rule is how to stop T. How to make T silent. This rule is telling us this one too can be difficult to master, so listen it first, especially when people say it's ho or that's sad. When T is at the end of the word, it's not followed by a vowel, the sound stops. To say this correctly, emphasize the preceding vowel. Put your tongue into place that simply stop the sound. Over here we have words to practice, like hot to ho, hat to he, me, fe, lo, re, pe, fu, one, si, se, fit, fitness, bat, pot. Let's proceed to the next slide, the last rule of this lecture. These rules, how many times I already have told you, but I want to repeat according to the lecture rules. T is between two vowels. When T is between two vowel sound, like A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes the syllable Y, it becomes like a soft D or flap T. A flap, which means the tongue touches the roof of the mouth quickly, like computer, water, bottle, heater, better, matter, ability, university, put in, put in, put it on. Great idea, great. If you're going to say great, you might say great idea, great idea. So I have pronunciation: computer, water, bottle, heater, better, matter, ability, university. Put it on, great idea. Let's move to the last slide of this lecture. This rule is not important to tell you. When T is T as a regular sound like tape and tall, put stress over the T when the T is in the beginning of the word like tall, test, best. All first letter T is a regular sound. Do not forget to subscribe and like and share my video. Put a comment if you want something more. Thank you very much for being with EA. For the pronunciation of the T sound, like T as T and T as D, and T is silent, and also the T as held. Let's have a go. First rule of the pronunciation of the T sound: when the T is in the beginning of the word, then T is always T like a regular. Like in the beginning of the word, the table, take, tomorrow, teach, 10, Thomas tried 2 times. And do not forget, remember one of the rule when the word is in stress, like T, ST, DS, DR, CT, LT, and sometimes NT. The combination, they are very important. Do not ignore the value, or never skip or never make silence to T sound when the T is in starting, or put stress while there is ST, DS, DR, CT, and LT. Let's move to the other rule of this pronunciation. The second rule of this pronunciation is mastering T when the T is D. It's very easy one. Just keep in mind when letter T is between 2 vowels. Like we have to pronounce it like a soft D, like letter to letter, like water, daughter, but when there is but and there is a, then we are going to do it bada, kada, ladaf, gada, ladder, meeting, better. Let's have some example sentence. What a good idea. We might say what a good idea. Put in a bottle. Get a better water heater. Put all the data. Not say data, say data. Put all the data in the computer. It needs practice. The more you make practice, the more you improve yourself. The third rule is how you are going to make the T as a silent, like T and N are so close in the mouth that the T can be disappeared, like interview. This rule is very easier and enjoyable. Just try it once. You cannot say interview, you might say interview. And what about the international? You might say international, inner, national, inner. It's not inter or interview, it's interview and international. What about advantage? You might say advantage, advantage, advantage. Personage, instead of percentage, you might say personage. And there is another rule for some of the their words. They are in the end of the T. It's difficult to pronounce, but it's all over enjoyable when you make practice, like p, wa, lo, se, ha, si, sho, bro. That's quite right, isn't it? Make practice. That's. Instead of that, you might say that's. Quite right, isn't it? This rule is a little bit difficult one, but it's also very important to tell you. Well, when there is word like T-A-I-N, T-E-N, and T-N, you need to use your nose like burden, written, certain, forgotten, sentence. He forgotten the cotton of satin mitten. She is certain that he had written it. Martin has gotten a kitten. You need to make practice like instead of kitten, you might say kitten. Put silence, make glottal like kitten, gotten, written, button, written, certain, forgotten, forgot, forgotten, sentence, sentence, certain, written, forgotten, kitten, kitten, cotton, mutton. So that's all for now. Thanks for being with EA. Planning, planning. Rather than we say plantain, we should say planning. Like mountain, Quentin. This is noun, and we should say quenin. This word is re-attain. Re-attain. Reattain. Re-obtain. Reobtain. This word is not difficult if you repeat after and listen me. According to the rule, there is a T sound, and before T there is an N. We should say inner, innertain, innertain, innertain. Fawning, innertain. What about this word? This word is also not difficult if I tell you one thing very interesting. Any word that is ending at the end of the word that is a T sound, what we do over here, we say the one thing. What? We skip T sound. We should say me, like nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Perfect. Repeat after. Nice to meet you. Do not say meet you. You should say me you. Nice to meet you. Good. This word is not difficult. Practice, use your experience. This word looks like it is saying that certainly, but we should say it certainly. 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 Just skip the T sound and say certainly. Absolutely. 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 This word is very enjoyable. Once you did it, you made it. Like read. Written. Last time, written. Just skip read. Make sure or make gap. Written. The rule over here is you're going to skip this T. Rather than written, you should say written. And imponent. Imponent. The N sound is like N, T. What we do, we skip the rule of T sound. We do imponent. Impo and then nent. Imponent. Perfect. Imponent. This word is forgot. Forgotten. Forgotten. Kitten, like fitness. Kitten. Sentence. We skip the T sound. We should say N. Sentence. 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 And interview. Skip the T sound and say inner view. Interview. Like entertain. Interview. And this one is international, 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 international. Make the link of N sound to R, international. This one is a bit easier one. If you're gonna skip the T sound over here, you might say 20, 20. Make the link with NY and say 20. That's it. Let's practice for last 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 21st, 23, 23rd, 22nd, and then 20th, 30th, like that. We should say 20. This word is going to tell you I am not over the T sound. There is don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know, like DONO, don't know, don't know, I don't know. Sentence. Inner state, inner state, inner. Press the inner key. Center. He was playing in the center of the building. Printer, printer. Where's your printer? I want to print something. Wanted, wanted. The best pronunciation, you're going to skip the T sound and just give support to the N sound. Stress that one until net. Wanted. I wanted to her. For what the rule is over here, the T escape is difficult to pronounce if you're going to pronounce it a single word, but the problem when you're going to say the T sound in this will be inside a sentence, just look at before. So that one is perfect. Do not go outside barefooted. So when the single word is going to be pronounced, say it foot like. Put in the bottle. You might say put in the bottle. Put in. It actually look at the T sound. It's between two vowels, U and I, and then T comes. Put in. Put out. Put it. Put it in the bottle. See the bottle. Put in the bottle. Hat. Mat. Fat. Sat. Lord. Rat. Pat. One. Sit. He was sitting beside me. Here is two vowels between these T, so we say he was sitting beside me. He was sitting beside me. Beside me. Set. Fit. Exercise is good for fitness. Fitness. Now here's the perfect use for this. If you're going to use this word into multiple words, so this is perfect to say fitness. Bat. Pot. Like hotspot. Hotspot. Computer. The put all the data in the computer. Water. Better. Bottle. Heater. Settle. Settle. Matter. Meter. Petter. Or Peter. Ability. Here is schwa sound like a, like ability. Ability. University. Here is schwa, university. Put it on. Put it on. Great idea. Here is D sound. Great idea, because this is vowel, this is also vowel. You might say D. Great idea. Bada. Here is D sound. Bada. Khada. Kada. And Wada. Wada, good idea. Gada. Get a better water heater. Get in. Get out. Do you wanna get in or get out? Get out. Put off and put on. This word is actually I am a. I am a. Like a noun in the name, like I'm a student. I'm a. You might say I'm a student. Same as got a, gotta. Want a, I wanna. Like let me, the let me is ending at T, let. So we skip the T sound while we're going to say me, let me. Have to, we might say I have to, have to. Gonna, like going to. Ada, like out of, out of. We skip the T sound. Ada, your eyes are out of this world. Your eyes are out of this world, isn't it?